The number of children diagnosed with autism continues to rise, but there is help and hope for local families. Hi, I'm Tonya Caruso. Welcome to Comcast Newsmakers, and joining me right now is Luciana Randall. She's the Executive Director of Abroad's Autism Connection of Pennsylvania. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me.
So we look at the statistics first as they relate to children. 1 in 110 kids will be diagnosed. 1 out of 54 boys, 1 in 252 girls, and really no diagnosis or cause as to reason why. There's no cause yet. That makes the work you do all the more important.
And as we work, every couple of months we'll hear different statistics, so we'll have more and more people diagnosed. So we really work hard in the region in Pennsylvania to help people cope with new diagnosis or to find out if they have one in the first place.
Right, so let's give folks an idea. You are really a great first phone call once a diagnosis is given.
That's what people tell us. Yeah, we survey our families and they really say that we're a lifeline of support for them, and that's become our mission, to provide a lifeline of support to our families and connect them to resources. And we work with adults as well, because people with autism grow into old age like everybody else. They tend to be underdiagnosed, so they might call us wondering, do I have this? Why are things so difficult for me socially or at work? And we help them find resources as well. So we go from all ages and all stages of autism.
And let's give folks sort of a sense of how this works, and where you're based and where the phone calls go to, and sort of a list of everything they can find.
So people who answer the phone in our office all have kids or young adults with autism. So a family will call or an adult will call in, and we'll talk to them about their diagnosis, their evaluations, maybe some stumbling blocks. They might have issues with school, with work, with landlords, or the legal system, because sometimes the behaviors in autism are misunderstood by law enforcement, not to their fault. We do training also across the spectrum of the community in law enforcement, 911, that kind of thing. So people will call in for help, then they get on our email list, so every week they'll get news and information about autism. They can call us anytime for help with advocacy. Then they can register for our seminars and our conferences that we have throughout the year.
Right, and the seminars and conferences are so important because you bring experts, you bring new ideas, maybe ways in terms of helping folks to cope and families to cope with this as well.
Right, and coping is just a huge key. We have 77 support groups across 44 counties right now, but we're always open to opening more of those. So we stipend those people that run the support groups and support them in how to reach out to families. We actually have in Pittsburgh 3 adult social groups that are self-run. We have one that has sort of more of a support group focus, but we really work for community inclusion for our families and our adults.
And that is so important. And really, at the end of the day, would you say that's what this is all about, is inclusion, and at the same time giving folks sort of their path in the world?
Right. I mean, diversity is so key to all of our society. We need people that think outside the box. We need people who have different perspectives, and we need to appreciate the differences in people, whether or not they have language, whether or not they're socially easy in situations. So we work with a lot of local and regional nonprofits that do things like rowing, theater. The cultural district has reached out to us to help our people become more included in things like, we have a big Lion King performance coming up. That's a regular performance in the Benedum Center that we're going to support families with the idea that then they will join next time. This will be an entree. This will be a nice, easy way for them to come in and
you do such amazing things. What ultimately do you hope people are left with after an experience with you?
I think we want people to have a greater awareness that we're all a little bit different, and autism is sometimes greater differences in different areas, that they understand it's scientifically proven, it's a real diagnosis, it's not anybody's fault, it's not parenting, it's not about the child or the adult being willfully different.
Right. Well, we thank you so much for coming in and spending time with us today. We appreciate it. I'm Tonya Caruso. Thanks for watching Comcast Newsmakers. We'll see you next time.